Hello again everybody, it's beau-hindman and I'm back again with a quick Gundam review video. I was at the Dallas Comic-Con smaller event called Sci-Fi Expo, and every time I'm there, either at the Dallas Comic-Con or any of the expos, I always see a few Gundam dealers, but there's really not very many, so typically I go through HobbyLink Japan to get all of my Gundam stuff. I picked up these three cheap Gundams, so I'm going to review these today and see what you think. First one I got was a Duel Gundam AssaultShroud. And by the way, I keep the boxes. Let me know if you guys and girls keep the boxes as well. I believe this was one that somebody recommended to me. I really enjoyed this little model. In fact, I enjoyed all of these Gundams that I assembled. And I think they look good. What's cool about this Duel Gundam AssaultShroud one is that he comes with this armor that actually you can take the armor off. If you see the gray areas, that's actually armor that kind of goes on him, on his frame, but you can take it off and leave him without the armor. I guess that's where the dual part comes from. All of these kits, one of them comes from 1996 and this one comes from, I think, 2011. The other two come from 2011. So they're not quite up to the standards that some of the more modern ones are, but they do look good. I'm not a really big fan of these usual Gundam looks, these kind of pointy headed, kind of samurai looking Gundams. I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm more of a fan of the military-esque ones, but I really enjoyed the Duel Gundam Assault. Really easy to put together. I was able to do it in a couple hours. All right, the second one I have is this basic, this is the one from 1996, I believe. Let me see here. Yeah, 1998. And it really is, I mean, it's an HG quality, it says, high grade, or whatever you call it. But it really is a pretty basic kit and pretty, I mean, it's not attractive, but I like the kind of chunky look of it. What's cool about these older kits is that it really goes to show you how far they've come with model kits. I mean, it's amazing if I compare this high grade kit to some of the other ones I've bought. Now there is differences within the high grade section. You know, you're going to find quality differences between all the models. So that has something to do with it. I really enjoyed that kit. Really basic to put together. That was definitely the easiest and the simplest and easiest one to figure out. And by the way, that middle one was the serpent-custom, which I'll put. All these will be linked in the description. Last one I got was the buster-gundam. Picked this one up for inexpensively as well. This one was recommended to me as well, and actually I like this one a lot. I think he's really cool. His little flaps pop open to show his missiles, although they don't really stay on very well. He's very posable. He has some cool, you know, some cool little skirts and everything that adjust. He's got these wicked guns here that kind of slide out. If I can show you that a little bit. They kind of slide out, and he's supposed to hold them in his hands, or they kind of support him in his hands, but I haven't quite got that figured out yet, so I've got to kind of get that going. And I've also got to get my get these guys put on some stands. As you can see on my back there, I have a few stands now. I've ordered several stands, so I'm slowly putting up some of my favorite Gundams on the stands. This one is definitely my favorite, and one thing I'd like to point out is that I do not use the decals, and I definitely don't paint them. I guess it's kind of a laziness, but also it's a little bit of I'm a really big fan of how the plastic looks just natively. I like how how the model kits come out looking like a plastic toy. For $10 to $20, you can get a kit that is fun to put together. Then you wind up with this really cool looking, unique toy thing that you're typically not going to find in America. So I like just the plasticness of it. But then I thought, no, you know what? I'm going to try to put the stickers on these guys, and I did. They're very few. They're very small. I'll show you in the pictures. It really did make a difference. So next thing I'm going to do is probably start using the decals. Some people say decals. I don't know why. And then the next step after that is I'm going to go ahead and start and try and paint one of these guys. You know, in a nice fashion, and I'll probably be asking for some advice from some of the more experienced members of the community. And I think I already have a model kit picked out that'll be kind of easy to start with. So far on these three model kits, they were a lot of fun to build. Really, really easy. I built them all over the course of one evening and then the next morning. So not terribly challenging like most HG model kits, not really, really hard. But I'm starting to believe that if I did some decal work and some painting and some basic stuff like that, I'm going to get more bang out of my buck. I'm going to get more, you know, hands-on time building them. Like this guy here especially could use it. I mean, you know, he could use definitely some colors. So, you know, I might take a simple kit like this and paint them up just to see how I could get with the shading and stuff. So let me know if you have any advice on that. But so far, great kits as usual. But let me know what you think about those three kits if you've assembled before. If you have any other kits that you think I should assemble, let me know. In the future, I'm probably going to be doing another Zaku and Gigok, I think it's called. Let me know what you think. You can email me at beau@massively.com. Thank you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.